How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Black Lagoon channel, where we love to get spooked together. Today, I am going to be talking about Alien Romulus. Now, recently, I watched this movie. It's been about a week. I've been meaning to sit down and talk to you all about this movie, and I really had a good time with it. There may be some spoilers in this video, so please be wary. If you haven't seen the movie, definitely go to the theaters and you don't want to miss it. Before I get into the nitty-gritty of Alien Romulus, I just want to tell a little story about the day that finally came upon me, the day that I've been awaiting, August 16th, when Alien Romulus had dropped. And I had planned everything out with me and the wife. Like, I'd been ranting and raving about this movie. Every time I saw a trailer, I was like, I can't watch it. They spoil too much. And I caught a glimpse of some stuff in the trailer without even meaning to, and it kind of spoiled who gets the chest burster treatment. That kind of ruined a little bit of the tension for me, but overall, what an amazing film. So it was like 3 a.m. or whatever. My wife decides to pay for the tickets on her phone. I'm super stoked. She's like, I got the tickets. I'm like, yes, we're gonna, plan this ahead. I really, really wanted to get the Alien popcorn bucket and even a cup or something. My idea was we'd go there extra early. Mind you, the closest movie theater where I live shut down because the owner sadly passed away. The other movie theater that's closest is probably like 25 minutes out, and I don't necessarily like to attend that theater. There's not really much to do afterwards, so drove a little bit further out, like an hour and a half away. There's a theater that is attached to a mall, so go do stuff, go to the food court. It really brings some memories back to when I was a kid, being able to go to the mall that have theaters attached to them, which is fucking brilliant. Come to find out that we had to go into work early because we had to fix some things, and we also had to learn some new methods and new things that we needed to do going forward. So having to get up at 7 a.m. with like probably 2 hours of sleep, not the greatest time. The drive was even worse. I found myself kind of like getting a little eepy. So we finally get to the theater, and come to find out there were no more popcorn buckets. They sold out of them the day before the movie even came out. And I was really, really frustrated, annoyed, confused as to why they even decide to start selling these popcorn buckets before the movie even releases. I was upset. I was a little upset, but like understood, I should have known. The whole popcorn bucket craze is just absolutely wild, and I'm over here sad over a piece of plastic, and I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? But it's just like a really nice piece of memorabilia that I really wanted, and I can't get it. So that was unfortunate. So we had a few hours to kill. I was extremely tired, kind of hungry, kind of. So we went to the food court, got some food. I ate a little bit of my food, and immediately I started feeling off. I was like, I do not feel good. So the plan was we'd go into the car and fall asleep in the car, take a little nappy nap, and that also fell through because it was way too fucking hot. The sun was like, fuck you, Tony! We're both overheating. I can't sit in this car. And my wife was like, why don't we just pay for another movie and go to sleep? So we paid for Deadpool and Wolverine. Already seen the movie, mind you. I was really excited for that movie. I got to see that movie. That was a good movie. Had a lot of fun. But yeah, we decided to do that. Went to sleep. Apparently I was snoring. Thank God we were like all the way in the back. And there were some moments where I would wake up and see my wife staring at Hugh Jackman's quote unquote from her buttery rolls. His buttery rolls. I'm just like, you're an animal. You're an absolute animal. Stop it. Stop simping. Anyways, I wake up, the movie's over. I'm like, great, I feel refreshed. I no longer feel nauseous. We go up to the ticket stand or whatever near the entrance of the movies, like where they the checking stand. The person that fucking checks your tickets and it's like, okay, you go this way, you go that way. This is where your movie is. Yeah, have fun. I don't know why I gave that person that weird, ridiculous accent, but come to find out that my wife paid for the wrong theater, which is an absolute bummer because the theater that she paid for was like 25 minutes out and the movie was going to start. But thankfully they were able to switch our tickets out, not before having to go through 2 other people just for them to tell us that you gotta go back that way to the ticket stand or to the ticket booth, talk to them, they'll switch it out. I may not have been able to get the popcorn bucket or anything like that. I know I keep talking about it. I still can't stop thinking about it. But when we got to the ticket stand, I looked behind them. I was a little curious. I saw a table behind them with a box. Box was open. I couldn't see what was inside of it, but I saw some color and I'm like, ooh, what is that? And I looked up at the lady and I was like, what's in the fucking box? I wasn't actually like that, but that's all I could think of is just the movie Seven. When I was like, what's in the box? And she pulled out this awesome sick ass poster. My lord, I am so stoked. I can't wait to get this thing framed. Anyways, we finally got our tickets changed, got movie posters. Oh my lord. Finally getting to sit down and see Alien Romulus. Directed by Fede Alvarez. Known for me at least, known for Evil Dead 2013. Great movie, by the way. Such an amazing movie.
Why don't you come down here so I can suck your cock, pretty boy?
Don't Breathe. I will never be able to look at a turkey baster the same way ever again. Thanks to this man. Thanksgiving will never be the same.
So breathe well.
So we follow a group of space colonizers that work for Weyland-Yutani. The main character, Rain, who is played by Kaylee Spaney. I'm sorry if I messed up the last name. Jesus Christ, I'm horrible with names. Anyways, I digress. Rain, she works her butt off. She completed her hours in order to be able to leave the planet and go to another planet. But Weyland-Yutani, being the evil corporation that they are like, sorry, we don't have enough people, so we're going to extend your hours for another 6 years, which really fucking sucks, huh? She has her brother with her, who's actually a synth, played by David Johnson, and his character is named Andy. Spectacular performance by him, might I add. My wife was all over this guy. She was like, I feel like I really hope he doesn't die. Fingers crossed, because I will fucking rage. I will lose my collective shit if he dies. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I agree with you. I like, fingers crossed for Andy, because he's such a sweet, lovable synthetic. They explain in the movie, I'm sorry, spoilers, Rain's father found him in the dumpster. He was like decommissionized because there was something wrong internally with the machine. He built him back up and said that your primary directive is to do what's best for Rain. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Such a sweet little thing, like a nice little brother-sister dynamic going on there. Andy isn't all there. He's basically a child that's programmed to protect Rain, and he's a really sweet guy. He's always cracking jokes. That was like one of the biggest things about the character that I really loved. He was always cracking these like cringy jokes, but they're cute. They find out, oh, you can't go to this planet. Sorry, fuck you. Love, Weyland-Yutani. Then her friends, her ragtag group of friends, are like, hey, we found this derelict ship just floating out in space, and it just so happens to be owned by Weyland-Yutani, but for whatever reason, Weyland-Yutani is like, doesn't give a shit about this floating piece of hunk of junk. The main reason why they need to get onto this ship, in order to travel to this planet, it's gonna take 9 years. Obviously, you're gonna wanna be in cryogenic stasis for that remaining amount of time, but in order to do that, we need batteries, and we don't have batteries. Guess what has batteries? The derelict ship. It completely makes sense as to, like, it's not one of those, oh, we found this ship and let's go party. I know that's never happened in any of the Alien films or anything like that, because I'm kind of thinking about the Friday the 13th series. Is like, oh, let's go camping and let's have party and let's have party. Let's go and just party it out. I'm sorry. Let's have party. Yes. Let's have party. Let's party. Let's do drugs. Let's have premarital sex. Just imagine if we had an Alien movie where that was just the case. It would be so horrible. Just like, oh, let's go on this fucking deserted ship and have a party. And then all hell breaks loose. But that's not what happens in this movie. Everybody, for the most part, acting-wise, does an amazing job. There were a few moments in this movie that made me just, like, physically just go, why? And there wasn't too much of that throughout the film. I was like, why? But okay, I'll let it pass. Whatever. One thing that kind of comes to mind, spoilers, again, I'm sorry. They have to sneak past this room that's full of face huggers. Andy's like, we can't make any noise. They do something to the room where it freezes the temperature. So apparently the face huggers track people through heat, kind of like Predator in a sense. Tyler has a sister named Kay. They get separated. She ends up calling Tyler, and this motherfucker decides to answer in the middle of the room. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Why? But let's rewind a little bit. So they find this room, and it has the cryogenic batteries. And I believe it's Tyler and Andy and Bjorn. They're all on this ship, while Rain, Kay, and Navarro, who I haven't mentioned yet. Navarro is the pilot of the ship. Bjorn, played by Spike Fern, is a despicable character. He's always picking on Andy. He's being really fucking aggressive towards Andy. And we come to find out that his mom was killed by synths, not outright, but they were also minors for Weyland-Yutani, and something like a collapse happened. In order to save like hundreds of other people, the synths had to sacrifice his parents, so he has like this grudge against synths. And he's just like this sweet little thing that you want to hold and just like protect with all your might, because for the love of God, Andy is such an amazing character. He's so sweet. Protect Andy. Keep Andy safe. They finally find the cryo. They finally find the cryo batteries in this room, and they start checking the batteries. They're like, oh, this one's low. Okay, found some batteries with enough fuel to get us to whatever planet that we're trying to travel to. And so as soon as they do that, they activate this security system that shuts the doors. The room was like cooled. It starts to heat up, and we find out that the ship was storing cases of face huggers. As soon as it starts heating up and you see the temperature rising, like the little plastic film on the cases start to dissolve, and then plop, plop, plop. They fall into the water. The room is kind of flooded. There's like a trailer moment where Bjorn gets attacked. When you first see the trailer, it's like, oh, he's gonna die. He doesn't. They're having trouble opening up this door. Andy can't open the door because he doesn't have the credentials for the ship. Rain and Navarro go to rescue all three of them. They get into this room that's like right by where they're at. You see a hole that's burnt into the ship. And next to the hole, there's a torn in half body, a synth body. There's there's this huge cameo that is made, and a lot of people have been complaining about it, and I don't know why. I thought it was amazing because the actor who played this character is no longer with us. Rook. If nobody remembers the original synth in the original Alien film played by Daniel Betts, they digitally impose a face of his onto this character. I think it's amazing. I think it's fucking awesome that they did that. And they didn't do it without asking his family first if it was okay, and they were more than down for it. So for everybody that's freaking complaining, stop. It's so nice to see reoccurring characters from previous films, even if the current actors aren't alive. It's like the same thing with Halloween Kills with Dr. Loomis. I kind of wish they would have done what Halloween Kills did, because it was very noticeable that it was CGI. But for the most part, everything else throughout this entire movie, they use practical effects for everything when it comes to face huggers, the xenomorphs. Good practical effects play on the mind, and it's an art form, and it makes you wonder how the hell did they do that, especially with the original Alien. And it's so nice to see that Fede Alvarez cares so much about this franchise. To me, he's one of like the best current horror directors of this day and age, and he really shows it. He really goes out of his way to make an amazing movie. Also, another thing that I found out is that Fede Alvarez is also a huge fan of the Alien Isolation video game, so he decided to put a little bit of Easter eggs into the film. It was nice to see the vent from Alien Isolation. I don't remember if they used those specific vents in previous films or not. I can't recall. When I saw the vent, I was like, Alien Isolation, man. Not just that, but they also had the save stations in the video game. For those of you who don't know, throughout the game, you go up to them, you save, but every time you'd see one of those fucking things, something bad happens. Fede Alvarez loved that idea, so he put it into the movie, and every time you would see one of those save stations, something bad would happen. Rain finds Rook. She finds a chip in his head. It's the credentials they need to be able to open up the doors. She slips it through the crack of the door and gives it to Andy, but without cost, because now Andy is changed. And he just does such an amazing performance showing that. I feel like I'm spoiling way too much. I just really want to talk about this movie, honestly. I'm so sorry for any of you who are like, stop, no more. Just click off the video, man. I'm not gonna talk about the ending or anything like that. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. So he's able to open up the door, but within a cost. He gets new prime directives from Rook, and Rook is a dirty little bastard. He's all for the company, and he gets in the way. It just really messes Andy up. Even if he is a synth, I still feel for the character, and I feel for Rain, because that's her brother, whether they're blood related or not. They're family. The door opens, and Tyler, Andy, and Bjorn escape, and one face hugger gets through the door and lands right on Navarro. And oh fuck, they have to find a way to get rid of the face hugger. We can't remove this thing because it's gonna snap her neck, is what they figured out. So they use this cryo gun. I can't remember specifically off the top of my head because it's been about a week now, but they use like a cryo gun to kind of just like freeze the thing and take it off of her. Rook is like, you have to get rid of her because she only has like, there's a small percentage that this thing hasn't already laid an egg in her, and it's going to hatch. And they're like, we're not going to do that. There's like this huge conflict within the group. Bjorn and Navarro make a run for it onto the ship. They take off, and that's when Navarro starts convulsing. She starts having, it's like a seizure. She's foaming from the mouth, and oh, dude, that shit was intense. The music kicks in. By the way, the music is so fucking amazing. Oh my god, I can't even begin to tell you. As soon as that scene happened, I was like, I need more of this. This is so good. This movie feels like a mixture between Alien and Aliens. And yes, the movie takes place chronologically between those two films, but it really does feel like they blended both those movies into this one together with a sprinkle of Alien Isolation, some video gamey moments that usually make me roll my eyes, but oh my god, is it so well done, so well implemented. One more fucking spoiler. Rain gets her hands on one of the plasma rifles, and she starts gunning down all these xenomorphs. They turn off the gravity. They implemented that towards the beginning of the movie, so it was nice little foreshadowing. But she shoots all these xenomorphs, kills them all because their backs against the wall. They can't get through. The zero gravity's still on, and all the acid blood is spiraling, and they have to do some video game shit to like kind of jump and weave their way through. And all of a sudden, here comes a big gush of acid blood towards Rain, and she uses the plasma rifle to like push herself away from it. Like a little Dead Space moment, but it's so fucking awesome. There's also a little bit of Prometheus sprinkled in that kind of like ties itself in within this movie. I'm not going to spoil what that is. Other than that, yeah, this movie was an amazing experience. I can't tell you, even if you haven't seen the movie and you just watched this video, go and fucking watch it. It was an amazing experience. I enjoyed every bit of it. Even the facepalm moments, they weren't as bad as movies like Prometheus or Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant really irked me. I know there are people out there that are gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. If you enjoy the movies, kudos to you. This has been Black Lagoon. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening to me rant about Alien Romulus, listening to me just spoil a majority of the movie. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I'll see you guys in the next movie. I will see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. That Chalupa Supreme really wrecked my bowels. Anyways, did you guys find the batteries?
I'm going to bust nuts!
Oh, hell no. I know for a goddamn fact that you guys are not getting freaky deaky up in this Styrelect ship. You know damn well that we're supposed to be finding those batteries so we can go deep space travel to another planet.
I'm about to bust.
Oh god. And this is exactly what happens when you don't use protection.
Ara ara.
No thank you. I'm good. I'm gonna go.